Hi everyone, Dr. Bischoff here. I hope you're doing okay and getting started in the online course, and that the information on Blackboard makes sense. I've answered a lot of questions about the first task and things. I hope you were able to find a partner for that first task, and that things are coming along. I'm sure that they will, and any glitches that we're having with the setup of the class we'll figure out. I'll probably make a few of these little videos as the course progresses, maybe pretty often. So I want to point the syllabus out to you, which is in Blackboard Week 1. And if you scroll down through the syllabus, you'll see that there's a reading schedule in there. And so it says here Week 1, which is what we're currently in. It'd be great to read chapters 1 and chapters 2 in the book. And with that, let me just take a minute and sort of pull out. I want to show you some of the highlights of chapter 1, some of the things to be paying attention to. And so here you are. This is the book. I hope you have a copy of it or are able to get an electronic copy of it by now. I'm going to kind of just move through it. And I'll keep these videos down to looking at the camera, but also the clock. I'll try to keep these videos to like 5 minutes or less. And I'm already at a minute and a half, so go. So here's chapter 1. And I'm going to point out some of the important things here, jumping right through it. Looking for a table. Here you go, here. Okay, so on page 9, apparently in chapter 1, there's figure 1.1, which points out some of the main differences in quantitative versus qualitative research. And so take a good look at this table. When you're thinking of quantitative research, of course, you're thinking of like correlational studies, where you have a list of students and where you collect 2 numerical data points on each student, and you run some kind of a correlation coefficient. You know, a simple quantitative example would be like the relationship between test success and homeworks completed. Would expect to find a positive correlation there. And then, qualitative research tends to be like observations of kids in classrooms learning and doing group work, but a methodical process where researchers observe students learning or individuals in any setting and take notes and videos and try to come to a deeper understanding of what's really going on in that environment. Qualitative versus quantitative, and some of the similarities and differences in the research approach here. So it's a worthwhile table to take a look at as you're reading chapter 1. Again, this is going to be quick but similar. Qualitative and quantitative research characteristics. Qualitative non-numerical. Qualitative have very small sample. Sometimes qualitative studies have 5 or 10 individuals in them. Quantitative studies often have lots of people in them. 30 or maybe even 50 or 1,000. Lots of people in quantitative studies. Statistical analysis versus narratives, like essays and observations and interviews and things like that. So just some main differences here. I'm kind of bringing this up because this course 506, looking at the clock, it's already 4 minutes here. But anyway, so this course EDUC 506 will lay some of the groundwork for you to make progress in EDUC 655 and EDUC 695. 2 later courses in your master's thesis program here at Oneonta. So chapter 1 is a good chapter to read, and the fact is that in a summer course or in any course, we won't be able to get through all of the material in every chapter. But if I've taught this course many years, and I hate to have you not read chapter 1 and try to get a good sense of, okay, what's correlational research like? What's it supposed to do? What's next here? So, more information here on correlational research. What page am I on here now? Experimental research is, it's really, really super interesting. There's a chapter, I think it's chapter 10 or 11 in the book, which focuses in detail on experimental research. So these are some of this. Chapter 1 is a really helpful chapter. It introduces main characteristics of quantitative versus qualitative research. And, in this course, I see now we have action research listed here. This tends to be mostly a qualitative type of project that teachers do in their classrooms to inform their teaching. We'll be focusing a lot on that. So I obviously can't read this chapter for you, but I would really like to encourage you to read chapter 1 in the next couple of days. It's probably more important at this point in time than chapter 2. I realize that the syllabus asks for chapter 1 and chapter 2 in week 1. If I were you and I was short of time, I would read chapter 1. So hope you read it. As you do so, and as the course progresses in any of the assignments that are due each week, if you can pull something from something that you've read in the book and apply it into the written assignments that I'm asking you to do, that would be a wonderful thing. So I hope this helps. The textbook is a resource for us. I hope you read it, and I hope that you're able to apply some of what you're reading in the textbook to the task assignments that I'm asking you to do. Okay, it's only Tuesday. I've been paying attention to the emails and things coming in. I'll keep on top of everything, and hope you're doing okay out there. All right.